Next week on EastEnders, Freddie plays Cupid for Kat, Junior's secret family causes chaos, Whitney's wedding turmoil, and Monique aids George's cultural connection. Exclusive first look at Whitney's dramatic exit. Will she get her fairy tale ending amidst Zach's betrayal? Spoilers for EastEnders, Freddie Slater plays Kat's Cupid. In the 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, Freddie Slater promises to act as a matchmaker for a single couple in the square. See the complete listings in our TV guide. When Kat Slater chose to vacate her ex-partner Alfie Moon's apartment so that Freddie Slater could reclaim it, Freddie Slater was first relieved. He was hoping he wouldn't have to return to the overcrowded Slater house, even though he'd been gone from Albert Square for 8 months. Frustrated by her family's persistent taunts that she and Alfie are reuniting, a recalcitrant Kat declared she would make room for Freddie. Freddie encourages Kat to remain put out of selflessness, since the more he considers it, the more he wants his aunt and uncle to rediscover love once more. Anna Knight forms a close rapport with her young nephew Xavier, and it's obvious that she and the rest of the family are happy to have the estranged Junior Knight back in the fold. Even though their relationship is still tense, George is appreciative when Junior's wife Monique asks to allow him to spend time with his grandchild. He's moved when Monique makes a thoughtful offer and discloses that she is of Ghanaian descent. Monique says she will assist him in re-establishing a connection to the culture of his birth parents, while expressing how sad it makes him to not have known for so long about his own Ghanaian heritage. Following the disclosures on the wedding day, Whitney Dean recognizes that there are some logistical issues to resolve. It's a moving moment when her late daughter Peach's baby loss certificate shows up in the mail. Gazing ahead at her blissfully healthy baby Dolly, she pays Zach a visit and tells him that they need to register the birth of their daughter. Following the disclosures on the wedding day, Whitney Dean recognizes that there are some logistical issues to resolve. It's a moving moment when her late daughter Peach's baby loss certificate shows up in the mail. Gazing ahead at her blissfully healthy baby Dolly, she pays Zach a visit and tells him that they need to register the birth of their daughter. EastEnders says that Junior Knight's son Xavier and his hidden wife Monique have arrived. In later sequences, Monique Knight arrives in Walford with her son Xavier. On EastEnders, Junior Knight's secret family will be revealed. We now know there will be 2 more members of the Knight clan, as the estranged son of George Knight was just featured in the BBC One serial opera. In later moments, George and his daughters would be completely taken aback by the introduction of Junior's wife Monique Knight and their son Xavier, as well as Junior's temporary romantic interest Bianca Jackson. This week's new scenes have Junior Knight seducing Walford legend Bianca, only for her to discover later that he's married. The following week, Anna Knight reaches out to Junior once more. Junior quickly returns to Walford and forms relationships with her and sister Gina, making Dad George feel alienated. But when Monique and Xavier show up and surprise Junior's family, things take a further turn. The Knights are happy to spend time with Monique and Xavier, but when George and Junior's problems resurface, the younger Knight male feels compelled to part ways. However, Elaine Peacock throws a wrench in the works by offering Junior, his wife, and their son a place to live at the Vic. Junior accepts Gina's encouragement and decides to remain in Walford. As the week goes on, Elaine becomes uncomfortable as Anna and Gina discuss about the George situation with her daughter Linda Carter. When George connects with his daughter-in-law Monique and she shares her Ghanaian heritage, a piece of his identity he has just recently found, things appear to be going well. Monique offers to assist George in making a connection with his ancestry. Is Monique the one who facilitates George and Junior's reconciliation? And what will Bianca say in the cafe when she sees George's wife for herself? Next week's spoilers for EastEnders, Whitney's initial impression after leaving her wedding in tears. According to EastEnders spoilers for next week, Whitney's entire world will fall apart as Zach and Lauren's true nature is exposed during their nuptials. Is this really it, or will she forgive? In the meantime, Major M.O. Slater and Freddie make a major comeback. And it's not at all a subdued comeback. EastEnders spoilers for next week include all of this and more. 1. Zach pleads with Brittany to be silent. Zach fears when Brittany arrives, even if he, Whitney, and baby Dolly are content at home. When he finds her alone, he begs her not to talk about Lauren. However, Zach realizes he neglected to inform the square that the wedding had been called off, so their chat is put on hold. 2. The nuptials are scheduled to proceed. Whitney determines that the wedding will proceed as planned, but Zach is consumed by guilt about what transpired with Lauren. Will he break as he waits for Whit at the altar? As all is going on, Lauren and Whitney are having a heart-to-heart, which makes Lauren feel more guilty. When the two arrive at the ceremony, Whitney looks stunning as she walks down the aisle. After Lily shares with Brittany the depth of Whitney's anguish, Brittany determines that she must remain silent and allow the wedding to go. As Zach and Whitney exchange vows, they glow. However, Brittany loses control and admits without hesitation that Zach had slept with Lauren. 3. Is Whitney going to accept? Whitney is taken aback by Zach's disclosure, and Brittany is in complete astonishment. Will Whit accept her? Will she continue to wed Zach? 4. Bianca and Vinny clash. Vinny is not pleased with Bianca at the cafe. A dispute arises, but why is it about? 4. More spoilers for EastEnders. Freddie and Big Mo are back. When Alfie confronts Kat and Freddie with a toy baseball bat, he finds out it's Mo and Freddie who have broken in. However, why have they returned? Jean and Kat are overjoyed to be back. However, Freddie soon begins to feel ignored. Particularly after witnessing Bobby and Anna sharing a kiss in the square. When Freddie realizes he won't have enough room at Alfie's, he must move into number 31. Subsequently, Kat offers to move out to make room for Freddie to relocate with Alfie. Freddie, though, is adamant about getting Kat and Alfie back together. He ends Kat's suggested action. 5. In EastEnders spoilers, Junior forms a bond with the Knights. Junior receives an invitation from Anna to Walford. George feels envious of him when he soon arrives and begins to bond with Gina and Anna, but it doesn't take long for Junior's secret family to come to light. There is still friction with George. Even as the Knights become closer to his wife and son, they are invited to move into the Vic by Elaine. Gina makes an effort to reason with him, and after some convincing, Junior decides to stay. 6. Monique assists George. Monique, and his grandson Xavier spend time together. Monique discloses her Ghanaian ancestry and promises to assist George in assimilating. 7. Spoilers for EastEnders. Big Mo decides to target Stevie. Mo and Stevie clicked in the Vic. She is obviously trying to get close to him, and soon they will be returning to. Spoilers for EastEnders. First glance pictures. Will Whitney Dean marry Zach Hudson and live out her dream marriage? The tension on EastEnders has been building for Whitney Dean's dramatic exit. Following 16 years on the BBC soap opera, actress Shona McGarty is set to leave, and fans are wondering if Whitney will receive her happily ever after. The last few weeks have spent preparing for Whitney's departure, which appears likely to occur soon. Recently, in front of everyone at the Queen Vic, Whitney proposed to her boyfriend Zach Hudson on one knee. Lauren Branning, her maid of honor and best friend, was the object of Zach's covert liaison, which she was unaware of. Nevertheless, Bianca, Lauren's adoptive mother, is aware of the affair and is now forcing Lauren to disclose the truth following a recent argument with her daughter. EastEnders warning, there will be spoilers. Whitney can be seen sporting a long-sleeved lace wedding gown in the most recent first-look photos. Lauren is dressed in a scarlet dress, while Zach looks suave in a beige suit. Although Whitney seems to be reading her vows in front of their guests, will Lauren backtrack and wreck the wedding? Actress Shona McGarty made her departure from EastEnders known last year. She will be playing in 2.22 A Ghost Story in Dublin, which will be her first part after leaving the soap opera. Playing alongside TV personality Laura Whitmore, the wanted vocalist Jay McGuinness, and actor Colin O'Donoghue in a theater performance, Shona will portray Jenny. Reporter Natalie Dixon covers lifestyle for National World. You can follow Natalie Dixon on X by clicking this link if you enjoyed this post and would like to read more about soap operas, celebs, and lifestyle. Additionally, you can subscribe to her free weekly fashion and beauty column, which is published every Wednesday in the National World Today email and has all the most recent fashion and beauty news. Please subscribe our channel.